Hey guys, welcome back to Whisk and flAVA. It's Ava, and today we're making a geode cake. A geode, simply put, is a hollow volcanic rock with beautiful crystals inside. We don't have a lot of dairy products around because the coronavirus is coming in. So we decided we'll try out the Betty Crocker Delights Super Moist Strawberry Cake Mix. We are going to be mixing our 3 eggs, our vegetable oil, and our water with the cake mix, which is in the mixer, for 2 minutes on medium. First, we're going to add the eggs.
Okay, good.
And then the oil.
That's a tough one. Great.
And then the water.
Great.
Now we're going to lock it up. And then
Make sure the bowl's locked in.
well, because many sicknesses are coming around, the way handy dandy gloves, we're making sure we wash our hands and put our hair up. You want to make sure you keep germs out of the food that you're making, especially if you're making it for other people.
Who are we making this cool cake for?
Well, shout out to my friend Megan. It's her birthday today. And she doesn't live here, but I'm making it for her, except she can't eat it.
So who are we going to give it to eat?
The elderly neighbors around our apartment complex. We sprayed the pans and we put the liner sheet in it so it's easier to come out. And so it's ready for us to pour the cake batter in.
Because what happens to the cake batter when you stick it in a pan? Does it stay halfway when it's done?
No,
What's it do?
it cooks up.
It rises, that's right.
It cooks
Or
up.
cooks up. That's the scientific term for it. Cooks up.
Halfway.
Okay, I think that's good for now. We'll have to judge it in a second.
Okay.
And what's another trick if you have a lot of air bubbles to get them out?
You use a pin and you poke them out.
Or a
and
toothpick.
then
Mm-hmm.
you go like that.
Right?
Okay, so where are the...
Okay, go ahead, Ava. You stick these in because you're a little
Me?
person. Yeah. Put them in the center.
What are we setting it to?
You're going to do it for, I would say, 24 minutes.
Now that we have the cakes in the oven, we're going to work on our cream cheese frosting. First, I have 16 ounces of cream cheese. And then I have half a cup of unsalted butter, which is 2 sticks. And they have to be softened to room temperature. And then I have 540 grams, which is going to be poured in here, of confectionery sugar. Next, we're going to have 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, which is right here. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract over here. And then we have a pinch of salt. This is a scale, and we are going to be weighing our confectionery sugar to make sure we have just right measurements. First, you push tare. Tare is basically, picture that you're at a frozen yogurt store and you want to get the frozen yogurt, but you don't want to pay for like the bowl and the spoon, except, well, you do have to pay for the extra toppings. But it's like that, and they always push tare if you work at a store like that. So they make sure you don't have to pay for the bowl or the spoon or that kind of stuff. Okay, first you have to make sure that the scale has a 0 on it. You can do grams or ounces, but we decided to go for grams. Then you put the bowl on it, and then you press tare. Okay, now we're gonna scoop the powdered sugar because if we just pour it in, it's probably gonna be a big cloud of stuff. First, we're gonna do the cream cheese and the butter into the bowl. Done.
Dump the butter.
Dump the butter.
Now, the trick to the powdered sugar.
A little bit at a time.
That's right. We learned that the hard way, didn't we?
Okay. Well, most of the powdered sugar got on the table, and the cream cheese and the butter got on my arm. Well, that's how it works. Baking is really messy. are gonna make how much vanilla extract?
1.5 teaspoons.
Now we're gonna do this over the bowl. 1. And then I'm gonna grab the smaller one, which is half. Comes out quickly, so be careful. Okay? Just like that. I'm gonna add the heavy cream. Just whoop. These things are much easier than the powdered sugar. Next, we're gonna add a teaspoon.
Nope.
A teaspoon of salt. Next, we're gonna add a teaspoon. Next, we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt.
No, that's a pinch.
Next, we're gonna add a pinch of salt.
What's a pinch?
A pinch. Voila. My masterpiece is done. Now, we're gonna have this on low on 30 seconds. It should be mixing quite nicely. 3 minutes on high, if you didn't hear that. And while all this icing mishap was happening, the cakes are coming out of the oven. 3 minutes.
Ava, how do I know if the cake is done?
You have to grab your cake tester. And then you stick it in to make sure it's ready. And if it comes out wet, then it's not ready. You have to put it back in. But if it comes out dry, then it's good.
Superpowers.
Beautiful.
So why do we use the parchment paper with the handles?
So it's easier to pull it out. Previously on Whisk with flAVA. Well, we made the cakes, we made the icing, we attempted to make marshmallow fondant, it didn't work out, we almost stained our counter, and now we're here. So, now that we have this, thank you, Mom, for making this.
Anytime.
We have the icing dollop on here, and we're gonna unwrap the cakes here. We're gonna slice them, slice the tops off, and then slice them in half, and stack.
Okay, so we are going to measure up our cakes and see what will be half.
Now we
also have
got
to take
this
the top
from
off.
Yolanda Gamp's website, how to cake it, and yeah.
And you're gonna jiggle it. We probably are taking off too much cake, but that's okay. We don't want to have a rounded top. Now this part is where you gotta be careful. Okay. Okay, so we have Yolanda's ruler here with the nice big numbers. Boop. And we're going to go ahead and measure the number of inches this cake is. How many inches is that, Ava?
2.
Great. Okay, how many inches is this?
Around a little less than
It's a little
2.
less than 2. So we're okay with that because we don't want to waste it. But if you were decorating a cake for professionals, you want to do that.
Not work with us.
Even Steven. Yeah, we're amateurs, aren't we? It's amateur hour here.
Noob.
Noobs. Are we newbies? Okay, so if that's the case, we probably want to do, what's half of 2 inches, Ava?
1 inch.
That's right. Look at this math lesson. We are homeschooling every day that we bake. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 1 inch. Okay, so now we're gonna do, be careful with that, baby. Okay, so now we're gonna put the bottom, the one that's from the bottom is going to go onto the bottom.
Very crummy.
And you want it to be centered just like so, okay? Okay, so now you're gonna put, not the spoon, let's get the, I mean you can do that for this one, but let's grab that out. Okay, so use this, and remember you're keeping the icing just on the cake, not off the sides. You don't wanna do it too thick.
Like eating.
So we're gonna sprinkle it. We're not gonna put too much in there.
I'll just put my...
Wow, that's really pretty. Okay, so just sprinkle it, just a little, not in the same spot. Yeah, that's good. Oh my God, it smells like grape. Do you smell that?
Mm-hmm.
So now our cake is gonna be like strawberry and grape. It's gonna be like a jelly cake. Maybe we need to put peanut butter on it. Okay, so that's a good little surprise, because we like to do surprises in our cakes, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're gonna take this layer
They look so good.
and put that on, okay?
Yep. And then we're gonna grab another medium-sized dollop of icing.
Yep. We're not gonna put a ton of icing in these middle layers, because for the first time ever, we're actually cutting the cake to make a Geo.
So I'm going to finish icing the sides and do the crumb coat, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Now I might need some help because I'm not the expert at this part.
No, you got it. You'll do just fine.
All right, this is the crumb coat, and now we're gonna put it in the fridge. We put the icing back in the fridge because it was melting pretty quickly. Okay, so now that we've refrigerated the cake for just a little bit of time because we had to get back to work, we are now going to do our second layer. And we don't know if we're gonna do fondant or not yet. We'll figure that out after we finish our layer. Carefully and smoothly. Probably gonna need a lot more. Okay, so we iced the cake and we used a knife to shape it where we want to cut it. I really don't cut the slices in the cake usually because it's a sharp knife.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do our cut here. Oh, I can feel the rock candy.
That's what I'm hearing.
Whoa!
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay. So now you're going to ice that whole part.
Whoa.
So ice that part of the cake. So basically you're showing the inside of the cake coming out. Normally we don't do that. Now what are we gonna do with that big slice of cake that we pulled out here?
Eat it. Let's eat it.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You eat it.
Okay, basically, I'm putting the clear Geode rock candies on the outside of the rim, and then I'm going to put the purple on the inside. The cake sits in the refrigerator for a few hours. We rolled out white fondant and placed it on the cake, cutting it around the hole so we made room for the Geode design. We used edible watercolor paint, diluted in vodka to make the gold effect. Vodka waters it down and gives it a shine. You can use any vodka. Slice and serve. Rock candy gives the cake a unique crunch, absolutely delightful. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next Whisk with flAVA dessert. Bye!